Hello, I'm coming in with a beautiful message today of that whenever you feel like worried about something, this is Poppy, oh she my baby Poppy. Whenever you feel worried about something, like instead drop into trust. Now, when I worry about things, I like to keep evidence logs so that when I do drop into worry, I can save myself when I'm feeling good and when I've received like evidence in the past of when things have gone my way. So let's say like if I'm worrying about money, I keep a little list in my phone of all the times the universe has gave me evidence that I can trust that abundance is supporting me no matter what phase I'm in, no matter what I'm going through, and that like life supports me financially. And it's also being open to how like abundance comes in and wealth comes in. So like not thinking it just has to come in through finance, through a job. You know, it might come in through people giving you gifts, or you thinking you want to buy something and somebody gifting it you, or you thinking, oh, I'd really like to buy this, and then somebody just randomly again gifting it you. And other ways, like, or like you go to an appointment and like things turn out to be cheaper than you thought you were going to be, or you go to the shop to buy your food and it's all discounted. You know, like things like this is like how abundance can support you in other ways. And it's been open to their messages and to the signs, and like I say, keeping an evidence log of them so that when you do feel a bit worried or insecure or anxious, you've got like things that you can look back on of like proof of it, so that you can instead lean into the trust. Because how things work with like the law of attraction is like whatever you focus on will grow. So instead of focusing on like worrying about if you're going to have enough or whatever, trust that everything will happen exactly as it's supposed to. And even if you like do get less that month or something, or that week, that's because like there's a reason why. But then also, so trusting that reason why. The dog wants to go outside. And trusting that your needs will always be met. And when you lean into that trust, the universe will give you more reasons to trust. And also asking for signs as well, but in the energy of trust. So you're not asking from, confirmation burp. You're not asking from the energy of, oh, I'm worried if this, like you're more like, just being like surrender, like softness, not constricted, not tight in the body, not tense, not trying to control. Instead, being really soft and surrendered, and just trusting that like you're fully provided for, and the universe will give you evidence of this, and asking for the universe for evidence of this. And then actually listening to it, you know, because you can't just ask for evidence and then the universe gives you evidence and you deny it and say that, oh, that's not evidence. Like, bitch, the universe just gave you the evidence you asked for. Excuse my French. I'm not sure if YouTube is like that, likes that. But yeah, like the universe will always give you evidence. Literally, I can get evidence within like 10 minutes or an hour or the same day. But when I ask for evidence, I don't expect it like straight away. I say it with like, you know, it'll come when it's ready. And usually it comes pretty soon, because then I detach from it, which, all the time in the past, I was like, what the hell is detachment? When people say, and detach, what the fuck? Try not to swear. I'll just swear. Just be me, you know. Try not to, what even is detachment in like actual physical form? And for me, like what I do physically is like softening the body. So like not letting the body hold tension and just going about things. So not constantly thinking about it, constantly worrying. Instead, just like going with the flow of your day and like trusting and focusing on the other good things that happen in the day. So you're focusing on the good, not to bypass what's going off, but so that you're attracting more good. Because it's easy to focus on the good things that are already there on different topics, if it's hard to focus on the good things in money right now. And then the good signs will just come in. So focusing on that trust, focusing on the evidence of it in the past. If you got an evidence log, I gave her a treat. Now she barking. That's her favourite treat. She's excited. She's happy. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful message. Do I have anything more to add on, Spirita? Yeah, like creating an evidence log, like it's like your past self saving a future self version. And I create these for different things. And when I notice that like I'm getting lots of evidence of things recently, And then like to add to that evidence log, and that's just reminded me of like loads of ones I've got today. So I'm going to add that to my log so that I've got more evidence, because it's just so helpful. It's like, yeah, like helping a sister out, helping yourself out like in the future. So yeah, how beautiful that we can just assist ourselves on these journeys. And I had a cycle come up today. What inspired me to create this was I had a reminder come up on Facebook saying like a year ago I worked at this particular job. And I remember like my money mindset at that time. And I remember going to festivals after I quit that job and being a bit like worried about like money coming in and like things like this. And I was so abundantly provided for. Like I was working at festivals where like they'd feed me 3 times a day. Then I got loads of food tickets. And I just kept getting all these roles where I was just being fed, or I was helping out in the kitchen. Then like the kitchens would just give me loads of food. And I had like the best time ever, like fully thriving. And it was amazing. And I thought I was going to get paid more, like with my last paycheck with the end of this job. And I actually got like 2 weeks less than I thought I was going to get. And like that was a bit upsetting for me because I was like expecting a certain amount. But then I was worried like if that was going to be enough, because I didn't have another job lined up after then. And it was, it was enough. Like even after then I got money in different ways, and like money found me in so many ways, and finances and abundance found me in many different ways. So like having that reminder from a year ago and being able to look back now and just reflect on how much I've grown with my financial like mindset, I guess, my relationship with money. And like especially with like before I just had this experience now with like financial doubt and coming back into trust again. Like noticing that trust and worry come up, and like noticing how it come back in full cycle, and how much more I trust money now, how much more I trust abundance and financial stability and being supported by wealth in many different ways, and all the evidence I have of that. And I think that's so beautiful. And to be really present with that as well. And just to go with the flow and to trust, feel so much more feminine led. Like I've got like a long floaty skirt on in the summers, on a summer's day with like the breeze wafting through me, and I'm just enjoying it. And then like, yeah, my friends come along and they bring strawberries and we have the best night ever. It's like so unplanned. That's the feeling I get of like being really present with the money and trusting it and being embodied in that trust of surrendered and loving and trusting. But it's like for you guys listening, it's how you can assist yourself to be in that mindset of surrender, of trust. Because I can suggest my ways, but ultimately it's all about you finding your own way, you creating your own way, whether that's inspired by like what you hear other people share, such as myself, or you just go inwards and like figure out like what is it I need to feel safe. Like, do I need some evidence? Do I need some like loving touch? Do I need some affirmations? Like, how can I make myself feel like supported by abundance in this moment now? What signs of abundance have I seen recently? Is it all the flowers? Have you been seeing loads of flowers? Is there any signs of abundance around you? So like the people around you being financially blessed, or the kind of things you're drawn to. These are all different ways the universe reflects you back to you. So it's really about your own individual journey and supporting yourself, and finding a way that works for you, that's fun and enjoyable and juicy and tangible, like physically tangible to yourself, that makes sense to you from your personal experiences. So that you're not just like trying to copy somebody's thing that doesn't resonate with you. It has to resonate with you. It has to come from within. It can be inspired by others, but it has to ultimately like come from you and be within you first. And if you resonate with others, that's okay, because that's that like similarity between you two. But yeah, abundance is all around. Just tune in and find your own way, and don't give yourself pressure to be like perfect overnight. It's a journey. It's a cyclical thing. It'll probably come back around in a few months, or certain things will trigger it. And all these trigger points are just invitations of expansion, where the universe is like, right, girl, I know you're ready to upgrade your money mindset. I know that you're ready to experience wealth and wealth consciousness in more ways. So like, here you go. Here's a an area that you need to expand your trust in, or you need to expand your wealth consciousness in, so that your wealth consciousness is your baseline operation in all these different areas of your practical physical life. Beautiful. So that's the lovely message for today, with lots of love from me and Poppy. There she is down there scratching it. Oh, she heard me. Say hello, Poppy. Have a wonderful day, and remember, you are abundant because you are nature, and nature is abundant. Go outside, look at all the trees with all the leaves on, and all the flowers with all the petals, and all the flowers that are in an area. That is literally abundance. Nature is so abundant, with its leaves, with its petals, with its flowers, with its soil, with everything. And you are nature. We are nature. So of course we're abundant. It's just remembering that, and you finding ways to remember that work for you, that are relatable, practical and embodied, and not just theories. You want it physical, tangible, so that your human mind can't argue with it. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to see more, and see you next time.